Good morning, children. Let us continue our class. Today, first we are going to study about some chemical tests for the identification of alcohol. First, let us consider it as Lucas test. Children, do you remember what is Lucas reagent? When we have studied about the properties of haloalkanes, there we have seen what is Lucas reagent. I'll just repeat it once more. Lucas reagent is a mixture of anhydrous zinc chloride and concentrated HCl. So in this case, what you can do, just we got three test tubes which contain primary, secondary and tertiary alcohol, and our aim is to identify them. So you just treat the test tubes A, B, C, which contain the unknown solution. To this you add Lucas reagent. In all the three test tubes we are adding Lucas reagent, which is a mixture of anhydrous zinc chloride and concentrated HCl, and you shake well. You can see that in one of the test tube, that is in test tube A, you can see the formation of turbidity. Turbidity immediately. The moment you shake it properly, you can see the formation of turbidity in test tube A, and in test tube B, you will get the turbidity within 5 to 10 minutes. And in test tube C, that is you have to wait it for a long time, or on prolonged heating, you have to heat it for a long time, then you will be getting here a turbidity. So we can say that test tube A contains tertiary alcohol. Okay, since it produces immediate turbidity, and test tube B contains secondary alcohol since it gives you turbidity within 5 to 10 minutes, and test tube C is having primary alcohol. That is why you may not be getting a turbidity, or you will get it on prolonged heating. Is it clear, children? So this is how you can differentiate between primary, secondary and tertiary alcohol using Lucas test. Is it clear? If the compound produces an immediate turbidity, it represents the presence of tertiary alcohol. Second one, even we can use iodoform test. Iodoform test means here what we'll do, whatever be the, actually this is a special feature of compounds which possesses a methyl ketonic group, or we can say that, or any compound which gives this on oxidation will give iodoform test. Okay, the compound which possesses methyl ketonic group, or the compounds which possesses CH3CHOH group. You know this compound, this group on oxidation will give you again CH3CO group. So this is the special feature of this type of compounds. Compounds which possesses these two groups will give iodoform test. In this case, the unknown compound is treated with a mixture of the whatever be the unknown compound, you will treat it with a mixture of sodium hydroxide and iodine. Instead of sodium hydroxide and iodine, you can directly take sodium hypoiodide. Since sodium hydroxide or iodine reacts together and produces sodium iodide, that is NaOI. So if you want, you can take it directly. Okay, so the unknown compound is treated with a mixture of sodium hydroxide and iodine, and if you will get a yellow PPT of iodoform, if you are getting a yellow PPT of iodoform, we can say that it indicates the presence of methyl ketonic group or secondary alcoholic group, CH3CHOH group via CH3CO group. Is it clear, children? So even iodoform test can be used to identify, to check the presence of secondary alcoholic group. Is it clear? These are the chemical tests used to differentiate or used to find out the presence of alcohol. Okay, so now let us start our class. We are completed about alcohols. Now let us start with the second topic in this chapter, that is phenols. Already we have studied what are phenols. Phenols are hydroxy derivatives of aromatic compounds, or they are compounds obtained by substituting one or more hydrogen atom from benzene ring by hydroxyl group. Is it clear, children? Or we can say that the compounds, the hydroxy derivatives of aromatic compounds in which the hydroxyl group is attached to sp2 hybridized carbon of benzene ring. So this is a simple example of monohydric phenol. Okay, monohydric benzene, which is termed as phenol. Now if you want, you can consider benzene 1,2-diol. This is an example for dihydric phenol, or we can call it as catechol. Benzene 1,2-diol, or it is an example for dihydric phenol, that is catechol. Or if you just consider, we can consider another example 1,2,3, that is trihydric benzene. Benzene 1,2,3-triol, or it is termed as pyragenol. Is it clear, children? So these are examples for monohydric, dihydric and trihydric phenol. Okay, now let us directly start with the method of preparation of phenol. We have studied different methods for the preparation of alcohol. Same way, let us consider method of preparation of phenol. First one, we can prepare it from benzene diazonium chloride. Okay, so benzene diazonium chloride undergoes hydrolysis and results in the formation of phenol. Okay, this is the first method for the preparation of phenol. Benzene diazonium chloride undergoes hydrolysis and produces phenol. Second one we can consider from benzene sulfonic acid. Benzene sulfonic acid. This is the second method for the preparation of phenol, that is C6H5 SO3H. First it is treated with the sodium hydroxide and you will get sodium salt of benzene sulfonic acid, that is you will get SO3Na. This on fusion with sodium hydroxide produces sodium phenoxide. SO3Na on fusion with sodium hydroxide you will get sodium phenoxide, which on acidification produces phenol. Is it clear, children? This is the second method for the preparation of phenol, that is benzene sulfonic acid on reaction with sodium hydroxide produces sodium salt of benzene sulfonic acid, which on fusion with sodium hydroxide will give you sodium phenoxide. On acidification will give you phenol. Now let us consider the third method, that is from Grignard reagent. Yeah, phenyl magnesium halide. Third method is from Grignard reagent. Here we can see that phenyl magnesium bromide, MgBr, phenyl magnesium bromide undergoes oxidation. You will get phenoxy magnesium bromide, OMgBr, phenoxy magnesium bromide, which on acid hydrolysis will give you phenol. This is the third method for the preparation of phenol, that is Grignard reagent. Yeah, phenyl magnesium bromide undergoes aerial oxidation, produces phenoxy magnesium bromide, and on acid hydrolysis will give you phenol. Now fourth method let us consider. You have already studied Dow's process. Do you remember Dow's process? That is chlorobenzene undergoes reaction with aqueous sodium hydroxide at about 623 Kelvin and 300 atmospheric pressure results in the formation of phenol. Okay, chlorobenzene reacts with aqueous sodium hydroxide at about 623 Kelvin and 300 atmospheric pressure and produces phenol. Next one let us consider from benzene, here from cumene. So first I will explain you how to prepare cumene. Okay, here we can say that from benzene. First step, you can treat benzene with propene. Benzene undergoes reaction with propene and results in the formation of cumene. You are getting here cumene. Okay, children, this is cumene. That is benzene on reaction with propane will give you cumene. Is it clear? Now cumene on oxidation will give you cumene hydroperoxide. This on oxidation will give you cumene hydroperoxide, and that on acid hydrolysis will give you phenol, plus the byproduct is also a useful compound, that is acetone, yeah, propanone. Is it clear, children? So here first benzene is treated with the propane to give you a very industrially very important compound, that is cumene, and this can ask even for conversion how to get phenol from cumene. So the cumene on aerial oxidation you will get cumene hydroperoxide, which on acid hydrolysis you will get phenol. Is it clear? The next method we can consider, that is Rastrick process. Do you remember we have done Rastrick process for the preparation of chlorobenzene. So that chlorobenzene which is obtained from Rastrick process, that is here benzene reacts with HCl in presence of oxygen along with oxygen in presence of copper chloride at about 520 Kelvin, 520 to 570 Kelvin, you will get chlorobenzene. Okay, this chlorobenzene on heated to about 100 Kelvin in presence of steam, superheated steam actually, you will get phenol as the product. Is it clear, children? These are the different methods for the preparation of phenol. And if you consider the physical properties, that is, let us just discuss about the physical properties of phenol in next class. Okay, children? Thank you.